then this one, and then I hit resume, and I say, when it comes up, there we go. Hello everyone, I'm Ironphoenix, and welcome to... No, it's not too warm in here. Welcome to Planet Coaster, a game about building coasters. Now, sort of. Few things... Well, so the reason why I'm doing this is because every so often I look at my analytics, and for some reason, Planet Coaster, kind of big at the moment. So I thought, well, let's just kind of see, really. I would quite like to go back to Planet Coaster anyway at some point. So I thought, well, might make quite an interesting sort of series, especially in September/October time, because I could do something a little bit spooky, a little bit, maybe a little bit abandoned, that sort of thing. And then I started to think about the UK regulations for theme parks. Don't worry, you won't get too bored. But it's quite an interesting thing that I found out quite recently, that Alton Towers has a height limit. Alright, so no coaster at Alton Towers can be taller than a tree. Specifically, probably like, now I've not actually tested this. It just sounded like a cool thing to do, just to have all the coasters sort of built into the terrain, like how Alton Towers does it. Swamp tree, no, just like a tree, a sycamore tree. Here we go. So basically, and this doesn't stop them. The incredible thing is that this rule that's been bestowed upon Alton Towers doesn't stop them from having some quite tall coasters. It's just that they have to get very, very creative. So, Oblivion, which is at Alton Towers, it's like 200 something foot drop. Even though the tallest point of it is literally just above the tree lines, because in order to preserve the natural beauty of the area, the council basically said you aren't allowed to build big roller coasters and sort of break the tree line. And Nemesis, which is their... Oh god, I've been on Nemesis. It's I'm not a big fan of going on roller coasters, but I did do Nemesis. Nemesis is like one of those dangly coasters, I think, from what I remember. But apparently they carved it all out using dynamite. It's actually all built into the terrain itself, which I thought was really cool. So there's my tree. That's my tree that I'm kind of going to try and use to kind of build roller coasters. But I want to build a theme park, basically. And I want to build something that's kind of cool and maybe a little bit more sort of abandoned and spooky. And I had a rough idea of kind of what I would go for, but yeah, let's just start off with some nice long paths, just kind of taking us through here. And I wanted you to kind of come in, and it's like a bit more of a spooky forest. So let's start with some terrain. I have not planned any of this, so it'll just be a little bit of just a fun, chill. There's not really a huge amount. Maybe some sort of leaves. I just want to sort of block out some of the areas. I did want to kind of half base it also on American Adventure, which is a theme park from United Kingdom. I always saw American Adventure, because I did go to American Adventure. It was sort of like a low budget Alton Towers. That's kind of how I saw it. It was like, because I think it was called Venture Park at one point, until new owners kind of came in and said, yeah, no, we're going to call it American Adventure. So it's like this very sort of American style theme park type thing. It was very weird. Very very weird and kind of low budget sort of theme park. So I found that kind of fun. Right, well, let's start getting people in a little bit. So we need some shops. And again, all I'm doing right now is just blocking out. The stream will last for about an hour. As always, VODs will just stay up. Whatever. I probably won't be doing any editing down because that requires work. And I need some custom. That's what it is. I need some custom ones. Chief beef. I always like good chief beef. What is it? I just want to rotate the building. I thought it was no. Don't want to put them on top of one another. Z. Delete that. Oh, for goodness sake. I know I have to edit it, don't I? Got this rant. I wanted to rotate, select building, that's it, and then edit building, and then can I delete it from there? No. It's been a while, and can I delete it from there? No. Rotate. Z. Okay, right. It's Z. Okay, so my chief beef. Let's give it a little bit of a just auto that. I'll dress it up in a minute. Moving on, probably like a Gulpy would be nice, or cosmic cow milkshake. I'm using the classics. Give them a bit of space so that I can do some constructions around that, but that's fine. They do also have this game's been updated quite a lot, and they do have vending machines. I don't know how this works, right? It's a hamburger vending machine for chief beef vending machine. Would you buy a burger from a vending machine? I'm sure it's probably. Well, the thing is, I know that it's been done, but that was like in the 1950s when automation was sort of this big thing. They had these automatic diners, basically, and you could just sort of it was in the dawn of the vending machine, and you kind of put in your money, and it was a whole big thing. I mean, it's 50s, 60s, maybe 70s, something along those lines. But this whole idea of the American diner, but new and automated. They've just come out of the World War II sort of reconstruction. There was quite a lot of money and technology that was all sort of coming out, and one of the things they came up with is this sort of automatic diner, which was very odd, but that's America for you. Right, okay, so I've got my two. Oh, and I also should grab a staff management building, which should go over here, just sort of hidden away in sort of over here, and there'll be a path, but I want it like a natural path, casual path, very narrow. It's just going to kind of come off here, and it's just going to go off into here, and sort of around there. Perfect. So that's where the spooky house will be. This is really what I want. Is a staff path, but I don't think I can do like a staff only path. I'm sure there have been games where you can basically say this is a staff only path, so you could kind of semi-hide it and all that. But anyway, building that off there, and then toilets, of course, because they're going to need to use the toilets. And again, we'll just kind of give myself a little bit of room. Right, okay, that'll do for now. That's sort of a nice basic sort of layout. And just because I want to sort of start getting the punters coming in, let's go for a nice standard grand carousel, which I always thought, if you're going to have like an abandoned theme park, the first thing that you kind of should come across is a carousel, because it's kind of old. It's a very old-fashioned thing to have. but it's kind of a staple as well. You know, if everything in your park breaks down, the last thing that should still be working, even after 20 years of abandonment, will be the Grand Carousel. I don't know. It's very it's a very British sort of fairground staple. Let's just get a nice, and we'll, you know, obviously, yeah, we'll get all the paths decorated up nicely, and also get some priority paths in, of course, which VIP queue. There's a way of doing it. I can't entirely remember how. Enable priority path, here we go. So I want the path entrance to be here. Here, yep. And the exit is going to be here. And then yeah, there you go. It's so hidden. It's a bit ridiculous at how hidden that is. Just keeping the style of using this thing. We'll come around here and then just close that angle up a bit and turn it on. Now let's make this look a little bit more sort of Christmassy. I am attempting to avoid Christmas at the moment. It's very, very difficult. I'm glad Halloween is in the way, because if Halloween wasn't around, then we would probably have Christmas decorations up already. Yeah. So anyway, let's sort of get some dead trees up. I would like some sort of dead grass sort of in this area. And some Planet Coaster always did do like the terrain quite well. I could also drop it down a little bit. And just sort of add a bit of water in here as well, like can't remember exactly what it's called, but I'm having ideas while I'm doing this. Dirty water. Needs to be a little bit. Let's bring that down a little bit more. I'll have to run a flatten over it as well. I'll just get rid of this annoying bits at the bottom. Right, okay, let's get some. It's not liking it. It's not liking it. There we go. There we go. Right. Can I have like a little jetty almost coming out here? What we got that's wooden? Haunted House wooden plank might actually be. Do we just have a jetty? I will just. We have, of course, because the pirate stuff. That's too long. That would work. Probably need to drop it down a little. That'll work. I'm feeling a bit Fortnite here now. Oh god, how do I go? Yeah, that's the one. It's holding shift. So it's been a while since I've been in Planet Coaster. What I would also like is some fishing rods. This is kind of what looks like in Planet Coaster, not in Planet Coaster, in Fortnite, where you always have your barrel with your fishing rods, small wooden barrel just on the end. Just barrel slide. That's fine. So the Q does, it's on 13%. Probably want to do a little bit. Oh, maybe some like rocks, some like boulders. Let's see what we've got in our rocks. Like forest floor rocks is what I want. So it's sort of mossy boulders. Do we have any boulders? No, we've got rocks. Deciduous rocks, large. That will be. It's slowly coming back to me. Let's go. I like to have some, like a big rock. It always makes an awful lot of sense to have a big rock and then have it surrounded by a couple of smaller rocks with a little gap. No, that's huge. It's also huge. Small rock. Yeah, something a bit like that. You know, so it's not. So you don't just have this huge boulder that's just on its own. You know, it's sort of broken up a bit. Though they are different colours. I don't know. That's deciduous. Oh, because it's an alpine rock. Hold on. Can I do the same with some deciduous rocks? Probably is the answer, because I do want them obviously to be a similar colour. Alpine rock, large, small. That's that one. That's huge. Oh no, sorry, that's the alpine. I think one there and then one maybe around here like that. So it looks like it maybe kind of got chipped off a bit. Kind of matching the sides, and just have a bit of rock. Lower the intensity there. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we've got a ride. They're not too happy with the queue, but we can certainly beef that up a little bit later. Now, got a nice large area over here for. Oh, we probably want to do some like theming. So, what I'm thinking is over here. Just rack up those. So over here is going to be my sort of mine, sort of American. That's going to be my American area. You know, so you're talking like mine carts, like runaway mine carts, which I always love. I always love a good runaway minecart type thing. We can also do track rides. Now, I don't know exactly what sort of track rides I can do here. Let's have a look. Oh, log flume. Oh, you got to have a bit of a log flume and a river rapid. Those are all sort of. So we're going to have our water park over here. So let me just grab our terrain. So really, well, really it will be like a water area, but I'll just kind of do this. Gonna be nice and crude, and that's going to be some nice sort of calm water. There you go. So that's going to be my water area. That's going to be my American area, and then we're going to have a nice sort of central area for restaurants, because there's restaurants in this. And I don't know what other sort of areas. I guess you could have like the sort of the fancy area, or the King Ghost. Well, the King Ghost area is kind of everywhere, really. I love the mascots in this, right? So King Ghoster is probably my favourite character. Just he's happy, he's smiling, he's got those dead eyes. It's wonderful, and he brings joy wherever he goes, probably, or terrifies people. Who knows? But Yeah, no, King Ghoster. King Ghoster is fantastic. The mascots in this are great. You've got Chief Beef, obviously. Yeah. King Coaster. And a few others. But no, my favourites are King Coaster, King Ghoster, and I think Chief Beef. Though Gulpy Rex is also fantastic. Because who doesn't love Gulpy Rex? And I do wonder if I could get him sort of his own area as well. Maybe sort of like a dino park over here. I don't know what I could really theme it up for, but yeah, this is going to be my dino area, and maybe even for our last one, like the sci-fi area, we could probably do like a sci-fi area up here. So we have our 4 quadrants basically. So we have our water park, our desert town, our sort of dino area, and our galactic zone, which I totally just, yeah, it's totally not from Fallout. So the first one that I'm going to start off with, I think, is going to be sort of our sort of mine town. I think that's going to be the focus of this video and stream. So the path should start off with our standard stone slabs that we've been using here. Oh no, that's not the stone slabs that we've been using, but I want to use the same one. What on earth was I using? No, that's the gravel path. Asphalt, no. Oh no, here we go, this one. Right, so this is going to go off into our other area. And it's going to then go into a gravel path, just for a little bit, and then I think this path, it says with matching railings. Can I add railings? Must be a advanced setting path. Railing on ground path. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Okay. Well, I'm just going to have a nice straight path that just sort of goes on through. And then we're going to have our track ride, which would be, no, it's a coaster. I think there is a coaster that's going to be a minecart. So many. Swinging mine train? I wonder if they have something a little bit more classic. Not the mouse. Wild mouse. There is a wild mouse at Brighton, I believe, that's been there for like 100 years. It's like really old. So a really old roller coaster. I think they said that roller coaster is now 100 years old. The maintenance that must be needed on one of those things must be a nightmare, really. Right, so remember our thing. So our roller coaster needs to go into the terrain, not up. It can start. In fact, what I will probably do is I will actually start this up so that we have a little bit of a roll down into the terrain and then pull it up. So no, let's have our this is ridiculous. The problem is that none of the trees are particularly tall. An oak tree. Here we go. We'll match it up to an oak tree. I think this is the tallest oak tree we've got. So it's shift, isn't it? So we'll start it up a bit. And probably about here, I think. Yep, it's not taller than a tree. And the coaster needs to be, the entrance needs to be on the other side. I'll do the entrances now. How do I do that? Edit track. Yes. I have to edit the track because I have to click on the station and work out. Here we go. Entry right, exit left. So they're going to come in here and they're going to exit down there. That's fine. Okay. So, roller coaster. It's going to come out just a little bit, have it nice and flat, and then we're going to drop them. They're going to go down into a mine, and I'll probably try to expand it out, 'cause that's the interesting thing that this game does actually allow you to do. I'm going to bring them around because I'm reaching the edge of the map a bit here. It allows you to carve out areas out a bit. So I can go down underneath and kind of push the terrain outwards, which will allow for creating some scenery down in the mines, as it were. That should all work quite well. Obviously, just being a little bit careful here that we don't bring it up by too much. But I would quite like to maybe drop it down into a helix. And then pull it up and around, and then sort of under the arch type thing, and then sort of bring it up. Kind of got to think a little bit about conservation of energy a bit here. So that should go down, and then we can maybe bring it up a bit. And I think I'm going to pull it down under this path. Yeah. Just get up a little bit of a move around. Okay, let's straighten her up. And I think from there I might be able to do an autocomplete. No, did not like that. Okay. Probably because it's under the ground. It doesn't quite know what to do. That's fine. We can get it back. Trying not to have too much in the way of. Okay. Steep banks. So let's start the test, and I think I can actually ride it as well. Because why not? This is a ride that I have created. Definitely needs a little bit of lighting. Oh, yeah, needs a little bit more speed there as well. I can add boosters. I can just do it that way. I think I can do it on flat and unbanked. Let's see if that wants to work. Let's kind of push it along a little bit further and then drop it. It's struggling to get over this section here. So what we can do is we can edit the track. And we can go to this section here and we can modify it just to bring it down a bit. And that will actually... yeah, okay, let me just bring this entire section down a bit. Let's try and on. Don't want to flatten this out too much. It's probably I may not be able to put boosters on this particular type of rail. Yeah, this is plateauing out. It's not going fast enough. So, oh no, I don't want to move it. I want to edit it. Edit track. There you go. I think the part that I need to pull out then is this one. Unless I can smooth this rail out a bit. Unless I put in a chain lift at about here that will catch it here and then auto complete that round. That might work. I just need a little bit more speed. On the right camera again. Okay, that caught it. This is a challenge. Hopefully I'll have enough speed on the second drop. I think I do need to get more speed. Maybe a little bit more depth on this might flick it up. Because unfortunately this is a very slow minecart. It's not really a runaway, is it? Hold on. Right. No, I didn't mean to just delete the whole thing. I need to edit it. Okay, right. So this bit goes down here. God, there needs to be a way of doing a free cam type thing. Oh, it's so dark down here. Right. I'm going to remove this and I'm going to drop it very, very steeply. I want to get as much speed as I possibly can. And then I'm going to flick it up. Apologies for the angle, the camera angle. The reason why that's not come out yet is because it is in the side of a cliff. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this, sort of. But no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Looks things it dropped into hell itself. No? Alright, okay. So it was dropping and now, yeah, so now I want to pull it up. No. Now I want to pull it up. but I also want to turn it a little bit. And then, can I auto-complete that onto there? No. Oh. I've got a whole load of track that's down here. Let's, hold on. Let's, if we can just delete that. Right. Can I auto-complete that down? No. The problem is that I don't actually know where the track has gone. Yes. I wish there was a way of seeing through the terrain. Not trying to kill. I'm not trying to murder people. That's not what my rides are doing. This is a reasonably. My problem is I can't see through the terrain. I don't think they. Can I see through the terrain? Would be the next question. I don't think I can. Right. Okay. I don't actually know where my. It's there. Yeah. This isn't a let's game it out. My ride will work properly. There we go. That's where the other end is. Right. Okay. So I found the other end of the coast. I think it's down here somewhere. Problem is, it's now not actually wanting to come up. Oh. Where are you? Okay. No, that's not it. Right. That is it. I think it's almost out. There we go. Right. Okay. Now we flatten it off, and then. Right, deleting that, auto-complete it round, smooth, right. Does that now come out the other end? That would be the next question, and how far up does it go? Okay, so it goes up to about there. Okay. Can tweak it around here and straight and unbanked. Okay, straight and unbanked on flat and unbanked. Oh, because it's there you go. Chain it around, and then that may not work. We'll give it a go though. Oh, that definitely won't work. Oh. Okay, just delete that, and then auto-complete that around there. Right. Done. Go. Test that. Joys of roller coaster building, eh? There's a guy, a Disney guy, that God, I can't remember his name now. But apparently, he taught himself trigonometry so that he could. You know, obviously, this was in the old days of theme parks when you didn't necessarily have to have a huge amount of actual qualifications. He was an engineer of some description, but he was pretty much self-taught apparently for quite a lot of for quite a lot of his work, he was self-taught. But you know, his rides did actually work. Unlike some of the other, unlike Action Park, or what was it, the Flip Flap Railway, which was first attempt at the Loop Loop at Coney Island. First attempt at the Loop Loop, which hurt a lot of people, but it put something like 12G or 14G momentarily on people, and it was not pleasant. Right, got people over the first hurdle. Now just to get them back to the that's not going fast enough. That's part of my problem, is that I'm having a lot of trouble getting the coaster to go fast enough. And this particular ride, I can't add speed boosters, which is a nice challenge in and of itself. So while I like that bit, I need to drop the people a lot more harshly. And then do a much more shallow ride up. So that should... Really, I would just want to get a working ride so that I can start doing some carving of the terrain. That needs to be flattened down, or even. Yeah, let's flatten it. Let's flatten it down, basically. Bring it around here. Another test. Just constantly testing, running tests while I'm doing this. It's quite an impressive game when you think about it. You know, this was made in. This game was released in 2016. I don't think there's any. I know there was like theme park. Was it theme park? Well, there's been quite a lot of theme park games. Atari kind of tried to get in on this, and their first attempt went through development hell. I think it went through. I think about 3 different developers, and in the end, it was just. It was a mess. It really was just a mess. Right, last little bit to fix. No, not the ride camera. I want the edit track button. I want to turn this around so we can basically unbank this track as much as possible. That one. Basically, just need to hook it up to there so that I can stick in a chain lift to get them back up. Excellent. That will now just run its final test while I build some entrance and an exit and connect things up. No, let's have some nice paths. That goes down to the station building, and there we go. I will also need a place to put my priority pass thing in, but I'll deal with that in a minute. And just a place to put my path. Really, come on, path, behave. Okay, we're going to go around this, so the exit will be here. Okay, that should be open now. The ride is apparently too scary. I will deal with that later. I'll probably deal with that on yes, I know there's a lot of litter in the park. What I probably should also do is just grab some security, grab a maintenance guy, and grab a couple of janitors, because it's not like I'm dealing with money issues. But right, now let's see if we can do something about this ride, just to make it look a little bit nicer. So sculpting, push. Ooh, that's way too high, but it's fine. Just pulling that out, giving ourselves a little bit more of a hole to play with. What would be useful here is just some lights, probably be in scenery. And I want something a little bit more sort of iron square lamp might work. See, it's not. Oh, I can put it on the on that. In fact. Okay. Do I have any, like... Oh, we've got oil lamps. That would be better. Just sort of dot them around up here. And let's bring this out a bit. Obviously, when it gets dark, well, it gets dark. And it gets very dark down here. Let's open this up a bit. I think what would be quite nice is to have a like a mine sort of pit type thing around here. So let's go into building. I want like a red wall. Let's see what we got. Natural wood would probably be alright. Do need to start off with a base. Do you? Can't remember. No, I don't think we do actually. I think we can just literally start building. So, I want to start with a base that kind of goes along here. just a rough block out right now. Is there a crane by any chance? Oh wait, no, because I'm in buildings. There is a sort of one of these sorts of cranes. It's like a docking crane. I'll use that for now. I'm just wondering if they had a pulley. Because block and tackle. It might be a block and tackle. Depending on what they called it. If they had it. No, they don't. Back in the old days. I say old days. It's a quite common thing that you basically would do. You have your bit of wood that kind of sticks out here, and then you put your block and tackle on the end, and you can haul stuff up and down. That one, yeah, well, that will go there for now. There'll probably be quite a lot more sort of construction done next stream. This is more me just sort of starting to block things out and think about colour palettes and all that sort of jazz. It's kind of like Bavarian stuff. Castles, city brick. What? Gingerbread. So you can have your witch's castle. Yeah. Modern wood. I was wondering if they had a sort of more of a painted wood. Is it this one? I think it would be. You know. That's your mine. I don't know why they why quite a lot of sort of mines had this sort of red wood style, but you kind of have this sort of you'd have your pit tower. Obviously not such a thing in Britain. Obviously, we had our pit towers tend to be sort of like iron truss, but for some reason in America they had more like this sort of style of red, and then you'd have your signs sort of painted on the side, wouldn't you? Like, I don't know if I can do. I don't know if we've got decals in this. Do we have decals? We've got art shapes. We've got screens. So you can have like projection screen. Parabolic screens. There's going to be some interesting things to play around with in this, because the game's evolved quite a lot since last I made videos for it. Whoa, a crate planter. That's quite a nice little. It's quite a nice little thing. I know you can have like. I did see some animatronics. I'm now just kind of going off. Just kind of having a bit of a poke around to see what's here. Certainly some Western picnic bench. Quite nice. And a rustic bin. It says was it Western rustic bins? I've seen these in sort of just parks in Britain. You see this sort of style where you'll have like wood slats all the way around it. It makes for quite a nice sort of interesting looking bin compared to the your standard plastic things. Where are we at? I can go on for a little bit longer. But tomorrow I will be streaming Minecraft again, but I will be on a different mod pack. I'm not entirely sure exactly when that stream will be. it'll probably be around in the evening sometime. But I saw Direwolf 20 was playing a new sort of mod pack that looked interesting. I didn't really exactly realise what it was, but yeah, it's basically sort of a spiritual successor to Create Above and Beyond. So that's kind of hooked me. So I'll probably be playing a bit of that. So if you're interested in sort of automation, doing dumb amounts of automation, then that may be interesting. I would quite like some wood beams. No, it's not in there anyway. Framework? Oh yeah, it'd be in framework, but it would be like, I mean, I could do some like iron scaffolding up here. I would quite like some wood. Streetlight post, wood frame. I mean, this is very sort of minecart-y. Sort of like get these wood frame squares that could probably sort of fit around. With a little bit of manoeuvring. That's certainly something that could be done. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream here for now. But yes, so I will probably be revisiting this next week, and you know, see where we get to, really. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.